Hello everyone. Once again, welcome to all of you. This online lecture number 2. Myself, Assistant Professor Santosh Prabhakar Adao from Department of Economics, KTHM College, Nasik 2. And we are learn here TY BCom Banking and Finance paper number 3, which is the topic number 1, the cyber crime in banking sector. So semester number 6, we're looking here the banking law practice paper number 3, the topic 1, the cyber crime in banking sector. The previous lecture we discussed about the meaning of this cyber crime. The cyber represent to the computer, a network, and crime means unlawful activity done through of this computer and electronic device. The types of cyber crime, the cyber stalking, then email spoofing, email bombing, then ATM scheming, and many of the hacking, virus attack. These are the crimes we discussed in our previous lecture. Also, we discuss about the cyber crimes in banking sector, the cyber crime in the banking sector like ATM fraud, the credit card fraud, then email spoofing, then software piracy, many of the types which is related to the banking sector. Today, we discuss the another point. So before of the discuss of today's point, you read some books like the banking law practices SN Gupta book, cyber attack in banking industry in others Manivanam. Then the next is about the prevention of cybercrime, fraud management, the Indian institution, banking and finance. Also, you see the IT Act 2000 and 2008, which is the helpful for understanding this topic. Today's session is we learn about the particularly reason behind the cyber crimes in banks or banking sector and the impact of the cyber crimes, banking sector and the banking customer. So this is our agenda. The learning objective of this lecture is to know the concept of cyber crime, what is mean the cyber crimes and what are the things are involved and include into the cyber crime. The next objective is that the understand the reason behind of the cyber crimes in banking sectors and the banks, the impact of to the cyber crime in banking sector. So impact of the banking sectors for the customers and institutions, the objective of this lecture. The next is the concept of the cybercrime. So we know that what is the cybercrime? There is the involve of the two words cyber plus crime. The cyber means the represent to the computer, network or electronic device, laptop or the smartphone. The crime means unlawful activity done by the criminals to harmful the physically, mentally, economically for person, institution or the government. So combination of these two, the cyber crime is a unlawful act where the computer or communication device or computer network is used to commit and facilitate the commission of a crime. It's called the cyber crime. Cyber crime incidents include the credit card fraud, the spamming, spooming, e-money laundering, ATM fraud, ATM scheming, phishing, wishing, the identity theft and denial of services, and software piracy. These are the cyber crimes we include into these cyber crimes. So what is the reason behind of this cyber crime? You know, these days the banking activity include the uh, net network transaction or online transaction. So cyber criminal is always on a look to way for make huge money from easy approaches. So they looking for the earning of easy way of money. They are major target of the multinational companies and rich businessmen who possess the infinite amount of the confidential data. Also, they targeted the bank customer who unaware about this crime. So they targeted the multinational companies, the rich businessman, the common customer of the bank who unaware about this digital fraud and the cyber crimes. So first reason behind that, the easy of access in the system. It is often difficult or the impossible to the safeguard of system from data breach and that involve the complex technology. security can only compromise when the system is easy to access of hackers. When the hackers easily access available into the system, that time they hack your system. The skilled hackers can get unauthorized access in your computer by breaching, finding the loopholes and errors, and access the code, they retain the image, voice recognition, and etc. And they can easily pull the biometric system and pass through the firewall of the system. So when they can easily enter in your system, they can the stolen the information and use your data for the money laundering and transfer from one account to the another account. So easy access in your system is the reason behind of the cybercrime. The second reason is that the storing data in small space. Now, these days we use the computer to storing of our large number of data. The biggest reason behind of the cyber attack is that store the enormous data in compact space on the computer and the laptop. The storing data in a small space make it easier for the hacker to steal data and quick time and utilize for their own profit and own purpose for money transferring. So hence there is advised as not to store data in one place and one system. The segregate the data is in different places and different drives, pen drives and the Google drives. So storing data in small space, it is attract to the hackers, the hack the data, the stolen the information and use for their own purposes. The next is the complex coding. The next reason, the operating system is running smoothly, the basis of the coding. So the operating system are created with the millions of codes. The functioning of this system is based on the coding. The millions of codes is created by the developers, program developers, and these program developers are the human beings. So these human beings making some vulnerable errors, some loopholes into this coding. Through those slight loops or errors of codes might not be affect differently the functioning of the operating system. The system is functioning regularly. There is no any difference when there are some loops, holes, and some errors. But these gaps find the hackers. They can easily exploit this for the criminal purpose, crime purpose. They can slip through the loopholes and make operating system malicious for the use. So in this error, in these loopholes, complex coding, they enter into your system and hack your system and use for crime purpose. The next is the negligence. Negligence from the customer sides, the negligence from the banker employee sides. The anything we neglect and consider easy ignorance can turn into this serious concern and turn into this serious problem. So when we ignore the something, the cyber crimes work is the same way. Negligence in the ensuring the security of your system can be bring you big trouble. The negligence to when setting of the security, negligence when the setting of the password. The weak password is the offering to the criminals enter into the system. A little negligence at your end can provide the welcoming pathway to the criminals. So welcoming to them when you weaker password set for your system, and when there are some loopholes and the negligence from the banker side, negligence from the employee sides, or negligence from the customer sides. So negligence is the uh, important reason behind all the cyber crimes. Hence necessary to remind watchful to what is happening in your system. So be alert what will be happening in your system, what is your system is asking the some permission, showing something it is important for you. The next is the loss of evidence. Every criminals is the destroy their evidence when they make the crimes. So hacker generally attack your system in the section and evidence regarding their first breach can they easily destroy. So they easily destroy the breach, loopholes and errors. So this make this crime even strong that cannot be detected during the investigation of cybercrime. So when the investigation is running, that time they not find the any reason and any evidence because of the criminal destroy all the evidence. So loss of evidence can become important cause the cyber crimes that can possible paralyze your system, your device, make it more vulnerable to the cyber attack. So loss of evidence is the reason behind of the cyber crimes. The next reason is that the evaluation of cyber crime. Now these days, the hackers would they engage in illegal hacking with the purpose of boosting their knowledge, the finding the new ways to of hacking, finding the new ways of the cyber crimes, opening a new avenue of for future development, the learning the new things for the new novel crimes. So according to the report of the FBI and Association of Computer Machinery, the cybercrime witnesses the last few years were not empowered by technology but also with a skill teen learns from the schools. So hackers learn these skills from the school levels, how to hack the system, how to steal money, how to thief the confidential information and use your own purpose and make a profit and transfer money from one account to the other account. So now these days the novel crimes means cyber crime is emerging. That's why the cyber crime is happen. The many people is learning the hacking, and that's why the increase the number of cyber crimes. The next is about the unlimited internet access. The sometime there are the unlimited internet access and use from the customers and the employees. The using of internet we have given convenience accessing without any limitations. This is the foremost factor which is the cause of the cybercrime. The use of the internet, that's way the criminal use for their purposes. Wi-Fi in public places should be discarded, should not be used the free Wi-Fi services in public places. When utilize the public Wi-Fi, you never make online payment, email personal information, or introduce the crucial account password. So when you uh, use public Wi-Fi or free Wi-Fi, that time be aware about that. The somebody else tried to access in your device, try to access in your system and hang your system or the some thief the some your information and confidential information. So unlimited internet access and Wi-Fi freely available of Wi-Fi is the reason that the increase the cyber crimes. The cyber thieves establish the network that appear to be free internet, but given them access to your personal information. When you connect to the freely Wi-Fi services, that time the hacker use some malwares, some applications, which is the enter into your system, and that time they hack your system and some use your confidential data for their earning purpose. Then embedding of malware into the applications. So virus attack, sometimes some criminals have set up malware into the legitimate applications. So some viruses inbuilt into the application whenever we download the application from internet, that time take a precaution because of some of the viruses, some Trojan worms are attached with that and they are targeting the poorly secured Wi-Fi spot, the stealing the password and more of their quest of the steal information. So embedding softwares is the reason behind of the cybercrime. Exploiting the unauthorized product, when in many cases attacker like the exploit unauthorized product having the weak security control of the corporate cloud. So whenever the weak password set and weak security, that time easily access to the hacker into your system and they use your data for their own purpose. So weak password can be easily cracked using the certain attacking method like the brute force attack, rainbow table attack. So whenever the many time the employee or common people use their password, generally they use their name and 123. Generally they attach their birth year with their name, and these are the weak password use. And these weak password easily traced by the hackers and hacking your system for their own purpose. So exploiting unauthorized product is the reason. Some of the other reason we also reason looking here for the cybercrime. So first is the publicity. Some of the hackers, not purpose is the earn money from the cybercrime. Their purpose is the publicity. Some hackers targeted the big brand website cause of the publicity. So they hack these sites for the some temporary period of time, and they finding the loopholes and errors in the systems, and they showing that the your system is not secure. So publicity purpose, sometime the some hackers hack the big brand website. The another purpose is the power. The cybercrime and cyber criminals find weakness with the targeted of people. The find the weaknesses in people, find the weaknesses into the system network, and then extract or transmit the data to the others criminals. So they hacking your data and the transfer to the other hackers and other criminals. So power, they showing that their power, what is their power, and finding your weaknesses, about the weaknesses in security, weaknesses in your password. So they showing their power is the reason of the cybercrime. The next reason behind that, the revenge. Some disgranted employee, some terminated employee, some rusticated people, some of the terminated employee or the terrorists want to take revenge from the government or the institution. Sometimes the misbehavior of the employee is the reason of the they terminated their services and dismiss their services. Sometimes terrorists want to take revenge from the government or institution. So these employee try to hack the system. They know the loopholes in the system. So they help to the terrorists, or sometimes they help to the criminals hacking the system and the transfer money for the money laundering cases. So publicity purpose, uh, showing the power and take revenge from the institution and the banks. The these are the reasons we see that the behind of the cybercrime. The next part is the impact. When the cybercrime is happen again and again, what are the impact on the banking system? So today is the globalization world. The banking industry offer the many services to their customer, variety of services throughout the online internet, and the conveniently increasing their services. They run their account from anywhere the world using of the internet and cell phone. So customer available the services in anywhere in any places in the world. So both sides for customer and the bankers, these the internet services is useful, but there are the some dark side. The services are useful to customer, but also the dark side like the include the hackers and the robberies. Some people hack your system, hack your devices, and stole money, thieves money, thief the confidential information and sell to the other or use their own purpose. So, what is the impact of these cyber crimes, banking sectors? So, impact of the crimes on banking sector. So, first we see that the financial loss. So financial loss from both side, customer side as well as the banker side. So when the hackers hacking the systems or confidential information of the customer or banks, that time there is a financial loss of the banks or financial loss of the customers. So they lost their money, they lost their financial credit is the first impact on banker, and also the impact on the businessman and customer also. The next impact is the violation of confidential information. The hackers the stolen the information from the customers and selling to the others. The account details, account balance details is selling to the others or shared with the others, other criminals. So violation of confidential information to other criminals by the hackers is the impact of the cybercrime. The next impact is about the damage and theft identifiable information. Sometimes the hackers the theft your credit card, debit card information, your account balance, your account number, and this is the use for the transfer money from customer account to their account. So damage and the theft of uh, identifiable information is the impact on the banking sector. The next impact is about the legal consequences when some uh, thief some money from the customer account, transfer the money from customer account their account. So some loopholes from the security system. So customer claiming on the banks, and the banks is claiming on to the customer. So there are legal consequences, and court matter is the arise, and the legal consequences is arise for the customer sides and the banker sides. It is the impact that the legal consequences faced by the customer and the banker also. The next impact of these banking sectors cybercrime is that the exposed to the reputation risk, the loss of the reputation of the businessman, loss of the reputation of the business firm when their site is hacked, their system they are hacked, and when the bank system is hacked and transfer some money in money laundering cases, stolen the confidential information. So they lost their reputation, and create confusion in mind of the businessman, create confusion in mind of the customer. So expose the reputation of risk. So their loss of the reputation, loss of the businessman's reputation, loss of the banker's reputation is the impact of the cybercrime. The next impact is that the operational risk. When the banker is lost their money, there is a difficult to run the banking business because of the unavailable of the some capital and money. Similarly, the businessman is the difficult to operation, the operational of risk when the some loopholes and errors into the security system. How can they run their system with these uh, error programs? So there is operational risk facing by the banker and the businessman and customer also. The next impact is the loss of customer on business. If there is the many time again and again that happen the cyber crimes in the bank, that time the customer is lost the trust on the bank. So loss the customer trust means loss of the customer, and loss of the customer means the loss of business. Sometimes businessman is also lost because of the loss of the customer on the institution. The institutional website is the hack many times. So loss of the customer money, loss of the banker's money. So loss of customer and loss of businesses from both ends. The last impact is that the bank failure or the bankrupts. So when the loss the money from banker sides, the bank is lost their capital, lost their money. So it is the reason of the failure of the bank, bankrupts, and the next step is the banker is to close down their businesses. So these are the impact on the banking sector or the banks from the cyber crimes. The next is the assignment. What assignment should write on you in this topic? They explain the concept of cybercrime. What you understand from the cybercrime? Explain the reason of cybercrimes in banking sector. So explain the reasons of cybercrime and explain the impact of the cybercrimes on banking sector from customer point of view and the banker point of view. These assignment you can send me my email ID santoshadav at ktgmcollege.ac.in. Then summary of this session, summary of this lecture. What we learned that cybercrime means any unlawful act where the computer communication device or computer network is used to the facilitate of commission of crime, means use of the computer network or electronic device for the crime is the cyber crime. So cyber crime is are always look out of ways to use money throughout the easy approach. So criminal always look how to easy earn money with this error use of these loopholes. Then reason of the cyber crimes, we see that the easy of internet access, negligence from the customer side, the negligence from the banker side. Also, we see that the storage of the large data in small space and some publicity purpose, some of the revenge purpose, some of the easy of access of the internet services is the reason behind of this cybercrime. So some of the impact of also the cybercrime from banker point of view and customer point of view, the impact is that loss of money, both customer as well as the bankers, loss of the reputation of banker and businessmen from this, loss of business, loss of business of bank, and loss of business of businessman, the operational risk because of shortage of money, because of this cybercrime happen again and again, the reputation, the risk of the reputation of the bank. These are the impact we see in this lecture. So next, the what next learn in the next lecture. So what we looking in the next lecture, what we learn the next lecture is about that the meaning and definition of cybercrime. We looking in next lecture. Also, measure to control of cyber crimes. There are the two ways to control: the personal way and the institutional level, how we control this cyber crime. So some non-legal measures for person or institutional level adopt to the prevention of this cyber crime, and some of the legal measures like Indian Penal Code 1860, IT Act 2000 and IT Act 2008 to control of this cybercrime. Thank you.